Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Ultravision Academy. So, 12th Science English Medium subject Computer. We were discussing about chapter number 7, that is Java program, simple Java program. So, in the last lecture, we discussed about a simple program, that is call cost. Here few things you have to remember, that whatever class name you give, the file name must be same as class name. For example, here you can see public class call cost. So the name of the file must be callcost.java, and that is also case sensitive. Here you can see both the C characters we have given capital. So same way you have to give file name including .java extension. So a Java program is written inside a class. Here you can see whatever information written in between /* and */. This is known as comment. And comments are not challenging part of a programming logic. So if you don't give comments, then doesn't matter, it will not give any error, but comments are necessary to give in program so that you can understand for what the program is created. So actual program starts from class, public class call cost, and remember at the end you must complete the curly bracket of class, because as we have started here, we have to complete it. Now inside class we have to write main function. If there is only one class in a program, then you can write main function in the main class. So whatever class you want to execute first, inside that you can write main function. Whereas if there is only one class in a program, then the program must have main function, because the execution of the program starts from main function. Last time we had a discussion about this. Here in string word S you have to give in capital. Now whatever written after double forward slash sign, that is known as single line comment. So we have already discussed about this program. All this work you have to do inside, remember, WSCITE program. So you have to install it. We have installed this program. Actually we have to copy this. So we have copied this program in C drive soft. So let's start this program also. File, open option. So from here you can find out your file if it is there. So now let's discuss ahead. All these things we have discussed. Remember one thing, that after creating program and giving file name, you have to select tools compile option, or you can also press Ctrl+ F7 for compilation. When you compile the program, it will show you output at the right side of this window. When it shows exit code 0, it means your program does not have any error. It means then you can execute it. So then you have to select tools go option, otherwise you can press F5 key. So output also it will show you at the right side. So this way we have to compile first and then we have to execute it. Remember, when you compile the program, it creates .class file, that is bytecode file, and then you can execute it. The third thing that you have to remember, that is tools clear output. So if you want to clear the output, whatever output is given at the right side, if you want to clear it, then you have to give tools clear output option. Otherwise you have to press Shift plus F5, then also it will do the same work. So these are the shortcut keys. If you compile the program using tools compile option, and if it shows exit code 1, it means there is an error. Otherwise there are several errors in your program. How many errors are there, that also it will show you, and it will show you line numbers also. In the last lecture we have discussed all these things. So now let's go ahead. So remember, if you want to start new file, then you have to give file new option. For saving your file, you have to give file save option, tools compile option to compile your program. Compilation, it means to convert our source code into object code, that is known as compilation process. Then tools go option is used to execute the program. So here you can see it shows the output at the right side of the window. Here you can see exit code 0 is written. It means there is no error in your program. So in short, the structure of a Java program is as given here. You have to start program using class. So public class, and then you have to give class name. Remember, this is syntax. So you are not to write as it is, what is written here. This inside triangular bracket class name, it shows that here you have to specify name, some name you have to give. After that you have to start curly bracket. Then you can declare few variables. You see, a variable is a piece of data that is stored in computer's memory. So you can store a number or any other information. Then you have to give main function. See here, variable declaration is optional. It means no need if you don't give. So public static void main, these words are compulsory, and then you have to give string args, s must be capital. Again you have to start bracket, curly bracket. Then you can specify several statements. These statements must be terminated by semicolon sign, and at last you have to give curly brackets. You have to complete the curly bracket. Again you can declare variables, and then at last you have to complete curly bracket of class. So this is the syntax of Java program. Now let us go ahead. Now let us start examining some simple Java statements. We have to write several Java statements. So remember, these statements include data types, variables, literals, comments, Java statements, expressions. We can also use arithmetic operators like plus, minus, comparison operators like less than, greater than, logical operators like and, or, not. So all these things we have to discuss. These are the tokens. These are known as tokens of Java. So among these, let us discuss first data type. What is data type? Remember, data type determines the required memory size, type of values, range of values, and type of operations that can be performed. Memory size, it means how much data a variable can store. Type of value, it means what type of variable you are going to store. When you specify a data type, the range is also specified. It means how big number you can save or how small number you can give. And types of operations, it means whether you can perform arithmetic operations or logical operations. So that is also determined when we are giving data type. Remember, the primitive data types of Java are byte, short, integer, long, float, double, character and boolean. So these are the 8 primitive data types. For integer you have to write int. Same way for character you have to write char only and not full form. And all these data types you have to write in small letters. So if you want to declare a variable, then just you have to give data type and then variable name. For example, int a. At last you have to give semicolon. So here it will declare a variable named a in computer's memory, and it will be of integer type. It means it can store integer value. Same way, if you give char b, then b is a variable that is of character data type. It means it can store a single character. After that you can give value. For example, a is equal to 56 like this. Otherwise char is equal to, inside single inverted comma, for example, a, capital A. Sorry, b is equal to capital A. So this way you can store value inside variable. You can also combine both these statements. So instead of giving integer a and then a is equal to 56, you can also combine. For example, integer a is equal to 56 or character b is equal to, inside single inverted comma, a. So remember, here this part int a is known as declaration part, whereas a is equal to 56 is known as initialization of variable. It means we have given initial value. Or you can also combine both these statements. So let's discuss all these data types: byte, short, integer, long, float, double, character and boolean. What type of data it stores? First, byte data type. If you want to declare a variable of byte type, then just you have to give statement byte a. So here a variable is of byte type. The storage space that is given to byte data type, that is 1 byte. It occupies 1 byte. It holds integer value, and the range is minus 128 to 127. See why it is so? Because there are 8 bits in a single byte. Here byte data type stores 1 byte, and remember 1 byte is made up of 8 bits. So 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 0. Total 8 bits are there. These bits are used to store a single number. But remember, among this, the leftmost bit, say for example here 1 is given, this bit is used for sign whether the number is positive or negative. So actually this byte is not used to store a number, that is just for sign. 1 means minus, 0 means plus. So actually there are total 7 bits to store a single value, to store a number, and this is based on binary system, means 2. So 2 raised to 7, it means 128. 2 raised to 7, it means 128. So here these types of 128 combinations are possible. How? See, first combination is 0 0 0 0 0 0 0, another is 0 0 0 0 0 0 1, next is 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0, then 0 0 0 0 0 1 1. So these types of 128 combinations are used. So it means that it can store up to 128 value, not more than that. So a byte type can store 120, the biggest number. But here 0 is also included as a value. So we have to decrease 1 from here. So actually we can store 127 as a largest number in byte type, not more than that. So if this is 0, then it stores up to 127. But if it is negative number, means 1, then this combination of 0 is also used to store a particular number, and that is why instead of 127, the value can be 128. So the smallest number we can store in byte data type is minus 128 to 127. So remember, this is the capacity of byte type, minus 128 to 127, and the default value is 0. Default value, it means if you create a variable of byte type, for example byte A, and we have not given any value, then automatically it will store 0 value in variable A. See here, there is a difference between C language and Java. In C language, when you create a variable, say suppose byte, here actually when C language is there, we have to give integer because byte data type is not there. Otherwise, sorry, we can also give, so it doesn't matter. Byte A. So in C language, if we don't specify any value, then automatically it will give garbage value to a variable. Garbage value, it means any number it will store, random number in variable. So ultimately it creates trouble while writing programs. So we have to give value also to that variable. But in Java, if you don't give any value to a variable, then automatically it will take 0 value. Next is short data type. It stores 2 bytes. The storage space is 2 bytes. See, when it is 2 bytes, it means total 16 bits are there. Among this, 1 bit is used for sign, whether the number is positive or negative. So there are 15 bits available, and 2 raised to 15, it means 32,768. 32,768. So the range becomes minus 32,768 to plus 32,767, because 0 is there. 0 is used, 0 value also necessary to store. So one combination is used to store 0, and that is why here one number is decreased, similar to byte type. It also stores 0 value by default. Integer 4 bytes. Actually the number is very large because 4 bytes, it means 4 multiplied by 8. So total 32 bits. 1 bit is used for sign. So 31 bits are there to store a number. So the range is very large. You can see minus 2147483642, 2147483647. Default value 0. The next long is very big data type. Its storage space is 8 bytes. So it stores a very big number, smallest number to largest number. Remember, these 4 data types, byte, short, integer and long, these 4 data types store integer values and not real numbers. If you want to store a real number in a variable, then you have to use either float data type or byte data type, or float data type or double data type. The capacity of float type is 4 bytes and the capacity of double type is 8 bytes. Both store real values, but the range is 10 raised to minus 38 to 10 raised to plus 38 with about 7 significant digits. Actually, it stores in scientific notation. For example, 2.6597857 into 10 raised to minus 38 to 10 raised to plus 38. This is just example. So actually 7 significant digits, accuracy of 7 digits, and the range is minus 38 to plus 38. Same way, in double data type, the range is 10 raised to minus 308 to plus 308 and 15 significant digits. So after 15 digits can be there. Character type. The capacity of character data type is 2 bytes and it can store the character in 16-bit Unicode system. When Unicode system is used, it can store any character in different languages. So it can also store a single character in Gujarati language or any other language also. Then the last is Boolean data type. The capacity of Boolean type is 1 byte and it can store only 2 values, either true or false. And remember, the default value is false, while for all the other data types the default value is 0. For Boolean, the default value is false. So for any integer number, the equation for range can be written like this: minus 2 raised to b minus 1 minus 1 to 2 raised to b minus 1. Actually, there is a mistake in book. It can be written like this: minus, actually we cannot write here, this is SCITE, but we can specify in Microsoft Word. Minus 2 raised to b minus 1 minus 2 raised to b minus 1 to 2 raised to b minus 1 minus 1. You can take the example of byte type. Say for example, in byte type there are 8 bits. So 7 bits are used to store a number. Actually 1 bit is for sign, so 1 bit for sign, so total 7 bits are there. So 2 raised to 7, it means 128. So minus 2 raised to b minus 1, it means minus 128 to, see, b minus 1, b means 8 bits. The meaning of b is total number of bits, so 8 bits, and that is why b minus 1 is given, because 7 bits are used. So 8 minus 1, it means 7. It means the capacity is minus 128 2 raised to b minus 1, it means 128 minus 1, it means 127. Now here we can also modify this data type in a little bit. For example, if we want to store say suppose roll number then no need to store negative number, we just need positive numbers only. So here we can use word unsigned, we can use word unsigned with this. Say for example, unsigned byte ROLL roll number. It is because this is byte data type, so 8 bits are there but here we have used word unsigned. It means it will not store negative number, this will only be used for positive numbers. So total 8 bits 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0, all these 8 bits are used to store a number. So here we can say that the capacity becomes from 0 to, now this is binary, so 8 bits, so 2 raised to 8 means 256, 0 to 256, but actually one combination is used for 0, so the range becomes 0 to 255. Remember, the range becomes 0 to 255. That is for unsigned byte data type. So for that the equation can be 0 to 2 raised to b, but not b minus 1 here. After 2 raised to b we have to give minus 1. Real numbers in Java are compliant with JEEE 754. Actually this is known as standard. JEEE means IEEE means international standard in international electronic and engineers group. Actually this is institute, this is the name of institute, and this institute is used to create rules. So actually this is international standard for giving floating point numbers, real numbers. Java uses Unicode character set for this. So actually in Unicode 16 bits are used. IEEE means Institute of Electronics and Electrical Engineers. Institute of Electronics and Electrical Engineers. So all these 8 types are data types. These data types are known as primitive data types in Java. Now next is variable. If you want anything to be remembered by the computer during the program execution, this word is very important, during the program execution. It means when you close the program, it will get destroyed. Then it needs to be stored in the computer, in the memory of a computer, and because it is variable, it means we can change the value. Variable can take different data values at different times. Say for example, if we declare int a is equal to 56, now if you want to change the value, then you can do it. For example, a is equal to a plus 1, then the next value of a will become 57. We have increased one value in variable a. So variable can hold any piece of data. If you want to declare a variable, then just you have to give type name, it means data type, and then variable names. You can also declare several variables simultaneously. For example, int a comma b comma c. Otherwise you can also give statements like int a is equal to 50 comma b is equal to 60 comma c is equal to 70. So while declaring, we also initialized value to the variables. Remember here, angle brackets denote the item to be specified by the user. It means here we have to specify the value item. It means here we have to give data type. Curly bracket denotes the list of items. It is curly bracket. It means we have to give list of items, and that is why we have written a comma b comma c. You can also give a single variable name, or you can also give a comma b comma c several variables. Some examples are int marks. See, this is double data type, double amount interest semicolon. In between two variables you have to give comma sign. Now some rules are there for variable name. To define variable name, we need to follow certain rules. It must begin with alphabet, underscore or dollar sign. After first character, it may contain digits, alphabets, dollar and underscore. So actually 4 things are allowed here. Any alphabet, underscore, dollar sign and digit. And remember, the first letter must be either alphabet or underscore or dollar. Some legal names are birth underscore date, result, call cost, top 5 students. See, digit can be there, but in between or at the last, but as a first character you cannot give digit. Date, amount dollar sign is also used. Dollar price, this is also possible. As first character you can also give dollar sign. But some illegal names are for me. See, first character cannot be digit. Percent is not allowed here. Percent discount. Percent is not allowed. You can also you cannot give space also. So birth space you cannot write like this. If there are 2 words in a variable name, then you have to use underscore sign. No spaces are allowed in variable name. So birth date is invalid. It cannot be a reserved character. Reserved character, it means the words which are known words for Java. For example, say here int, integer is given. So integer is a known word for Java. So suppose you cannot declare like this, byte int, because here int is a reserved word. Actually it's a keyword for Java, so that cannot be used as variable name. So it cannot be a reserved word. Reserved words have special use in Java and cannot be used by the programmer for other purposes. Say for example class, public, static, if, else, while, int, as we have seen the example. Choose meaningful variable names. Variable name must be suggestive. It means what type of information you are going to store, you can give such name. Java allows variable name of any length. When a name includes several words such as balance amount, follow one of the conventions method here. So capitalize the first alphabet of each word except the first word. So say suppose balance amount we have to write, then after the first word, for each and every word you have to give first letter in capital. So you can keep you can give variable name like this, balance amount. But actually this is not compulsory. This is not a rule, but in Java this is a common practice to give variable name. So balance amount, birth date, Separate words with underscore, either you can give underscore sign in between. Actually this type of writing, it means except first word, all the other words contain first letter as capital. This type of case is known as camel case. This is known as camel case. Java is case sensitive, so variable name, once when you give the same way you have to use. So uppercase and lowercase letters are considered as different characters. It is customary for names of classes to begin with uppercase letter, while names of variables and of methods begin with lowercase letters. So these are the common rules and things we have to keep in mind while creating variables. So all this is about variable that we have discussed. So today we will keep up to this. Thank you.